What's going on, guys? It's your boy RBLXAang here, and today I'm back with another Roblox scripting tutorial. If you couldn't have told by my title or my banger thumbnail, it's a shop GUI tutorial. And I was also asked to do this by, I believe his name is Juano Rodriguez. I don't know how to pronounce it, so if I completely just mucked your name, I am super sorry about that. Please forgive me, alright? But, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into explaining this, alright? So, this is going to have three parts. Based off of what I have designed myself, it's going to have three parts, okay? So that's my GUI. I have three parts. I have one, this open shop GUI here, which will open and close this. And then I'm going to have a leaderboard with money on it. And we're going to use the money to buy the gravity coil, alright? So, open shop GUI button, leaderboard, buying the gravity coil, alright? So, let's go ahead and get into the first part, the open shop GUI. So to make this button functional, you're going to insert a script into it. Because of my OCD, I'm going to be renaming the scripts. This one's going to be called button script, alright? And this is basically going to be the same as the Team Changer GUI button, right? But I'm going to purposely change part of it so that you guys can learn more, okay? So, I'm going to define the same variables, local sg equals script dot parent dot parent dot parent, local bf equals sg colon wait for child. Remember, we use this in case it's not there. We're going to wait until we find it. What we're finding, the back frame, right? And we have our debounce, which is visible, and we're going to set it to false, okay? So now that we have that, we can get on to the main part of this, right? So you have the ever so famous script.parent.mouse button one click colon connect function, just like that. No parameters, alright? Now in this, normally I would do if visible then, but today I'm going to be doing something different. I'm going to say if not visible then. So basically I'm teaching you guys about the not statement, right? So if I told you that if visible then, like the actual thing, like if visible then, if I told you that that statement right there means if visible is equal to true, then what do you think if not visible then means? If you said if visible equals false, or saying that, you know, visible is false, then you are correct. So we're saying if it's not false, or if it is false, my bad, then we're going to be clicking it to open it. So we're going to do as it says and open. We're going to say visible equals true. We're going to say that visible equals true as well to tell the debounce now it's open. And I'm going to get fancy here and say script.parent.text equals close shop GUI. Because then the next time we click it, it'll be saying, oh, okay, we're going to close it now, right? Now we're going to say else, which implies that if not visible is a false statement. So if the visible boolean or debounce is equal to true, then we're going to click it to close it. So bf.visible equals false. We say visible equals false. And then script.parent.text equals open shop GUI, right? Because the next time we click it, we're going to be opening it. And we can even test this out in Studio right now. Just click that. There you go. Alright. So, anyways, so that's the first part. Clicking it to open it, using if not, which means false, and then else, implying that it's true, and debounces, right? So, let's get into the next part, a leaderboard. A leaderboard is basically a preset screen GUI that projects certain values to the whole game and everyone who's in it, right? I'm going to go ahead and rename this leaderboard script, as I said, OCD, leaderboard script. Alright, so this one is actually super simple, only because we're doing one. But if you're going to do something like data store, wow, that gets really confusing. And it gets really confusing really fast, too. Yet, you know, Eggman3456 knows how to use data store, so if you guys want a video on that, leave it in the comments below, and I may do it, or I may wait till later, in the case that, you know, I need to, show more content on my YouTube video so you guys get a better understanding of scripting. Anyways, let's stop going off topic and let's go to the leaderboard script. Alright? So we only need one value here, and it's going to be dollars. Okay? So we have to do 2 steps before we can get to the dollars. First of all is defining our event, which is game.players.playerAdded, and we're going to connect it to a function, and this function has a parameter of player. So it looks like this. So remember, a parameter is a visually undefined variable that is only tied in with certain events. Not every single event has the same parameter on it. Alright? So we're actually going to be using this player. Alright? So what we're going to say is, the second part as well, is creating leader stats, which is going to be what holds the mass amount of values that we have. But in this case, it's not a mass amount of values because we only have one, right? So we're going to say local stats, or it can really be whatever you want, but I say stats, equals instance dot new, and then quotation mark, opening quotation mark, int value stands for integer value. An integer is a positive or negative number, positive, negative, whole number, decimals, rational numbers, minus. But in this case, it's minus fractions because you can't have a fraction in Roblox as a leaderboard value. I wish you could though. That'd be cool. Anyways, instance.new int value, and then what we're going to do is we're going to say comma space, and then we're going to say player. So this part right here where we say player, that's basically defining this new value's parent. So it's going to be player. We're creating an int value, and we're going to put it in player, and then we're going to represent this new value by saying stats, right? So drop a line. We're going to say stats.name equals opening quotation mark leader stats closing quotation mark. All right. Now, I have always been told to use leader stats, and I've told to not use anything else because it won't work. And I was told that at the very beginning of my scripting journey. So of course I have never tried it, not naming it leader stats, and I have a good feeling that it will probably still work. But I always use leader stats. So if you're not a super experienced guy and know whether the name leader stats matters or not, then I would suggest that you stick to leader stats just to be safe. It's better to be safe than to be sorry, right? And I'm going to create a hyphen line because I would like to keep this nice and neat. Alright, so now we can actually add our dollar value. So it's going to be basically the same thing as stats, except we're going to add one more property to it. So local dollars, I guess, equals instance.new int value. But in this time, instead of putting it into player, we're going to put it into stats, okay? And we're going to say dollars.name equals dollars. And then here's where we add the extra property. We're going to say dollars.value equals 45. So remember, this is an int value, so it takes numbers. If I gave it a string value, it wouldn't work, and I can even prove that. Let's say Nicki Minaj. Is that how you spell her name? I don't know. But let's go ahead and try it out here. See, it says we have $0. And if we go into the output, it says nothing. But the majority part of it was that it's not going to actually put Nicki Minaj there. It's going to put 0. So instead of putting a string like I just did, we should put a number, which will be 45. Right? And there you go. You have your leaderboard script. And I can prove that 45 works by doing this. See? Now we have $45. Neat. Alright. So now let's go ahead and get into the final stage here. So we got leader stats, and we got our button, right? I believe I explained those pretty well. But now we have our gear shop where we actually buy it, alright? So let's say I click gravity coil. I need to check 3 things. I need to check if I already have it, if my money is greater than the buy price, or if it's lower than the buy price, alright? So let's go ahead and get into this. In your button here, you're going to insert a local script, okay? I'm gonna name my local script Grav. Do I want to name it Grav script or Gravity script? I'm gonna name it Gravity script because that sounds a lot cooler. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this. So you're gonna have two variables here. One is the player, so game.players.localPlayer, and then one is replicated storage. And I will show you replicated storage in a second after I'm done typing this. Replicated storage, and I can change that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so why do I have replicated storage here? Replicated storage in this instance is where you want to store your tool. So I have the tool of gravity coil, and if I put it in my starter pack and I actually play, see, I have it right here. And if you can't tell, look at the on the right side of the screen up here. Watch this. Watch right here. See, so I go up, right? So that's that. But we don't want them to directly have it into their starter pack, or else the shop GUI it's useless. So we're going to put it in replicated storage to save it. And replicated means, you know, doubled, two, you know, duplicated, things like that. So it can be duplicated, right? Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, so drop two lines, and we're going to say script.parent.mousebutton1click connect function and no parameters. So we're good on that. Okay, and then now we're going to check if they actually have the gravity coil, because we don't want them to spam by it and have like 9 gravity coils in one set, because then they can drop it and give it to other players, and other players get it for free, and that's really unfair. Okay, so we're going to say if player.backpack find first child gravity coil, or, and remember, by what I just said, I have no preset value to it, so it automatically goes to true. So what it's saying is, if there is a gravity coil in the player's backpack, if we can find a first child named gravity coil, or in the player's starter gear, we can find a gravity coil, player.startergear, find first child gravity coil, or player.character, find first child gravity coil. Then, alright, so we checked 3 places, and those 3 places are the only places where the gravity coil can go, where the player can access them. And by access, I mean like be able to use it to where when I select it and then I jump, I go whew, and go all the way up and I go all the way down, right? Check backpack, check starter gear, and check character. Okay. Now, if it is there, then I want to send a message to them saying that they've already bought this item and that they can't buy another one. So, actually, you know what? I almost forgot. I have a message box right there, and you couldn't see it because there's no text in it. I only have a space in it, and spaces are invisible, right? So I'm going to use that instead, and I'm going to go ahead and add a variable here. I'm going to say local message equals script.parent, I think it's third parent info frame, yep, dot message. Alright, so message, okay, I'm gonna say message dot text equals message, you have already bought this item. I'm gonna wait 3, and I'm gonna change it back to nothing, or well, a space, but you can't see a space, so technically it's nothing. Alright, so let me go ahead and demonstrate by putting my gravity coil in my starter pack. Click that. You have already bought this item. Technically I haven't bought the item, but still, we're hackers and cheaters, so we get to win. I'm just kidding. I'm against hacking and cheating. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and continue. So let's say that they don't have the gravity coil. Like when I first spawn in and I don't have it in starter pack, I don't have a gravity coil. We're going to represent that by else, okay? But not just else. Now we need to check if they have enough money to buy it. So we're going to add an if to it. So else, if they don't have a gravity coil, and if player.leaderStats, remember from the leaderboard script, player.leaderStats dot dollars dot value. Now let's say it's greater than or equal to 50, because the minimum they need to buy it is 50. Then we're going to say replicated storage dot gravity coil clone. So we're creating a duplicate, and then we're going to put it in the player's backpack by saying dot parent. So the clone's parent is equal to player dot backpack. And we're also going to put it in their replicated, or not replicated storage, but we're going to put it in their starter gear, right? So parent equals player dot starter gear. There, just like that. Now, if you don't want them to lose any money when they buy this, then don't do this next line, but I want them to. So I'm going to do this. Player dot leaderstats dot dollars dot value equals player dot leaderstats dot dollar dot value minus 50. Okay, so since this is a subtraction, and we know that the player leader stats, their dollar value, is automatically greater than 50 because of this sign right here, then we know that we're going to put that first, and then we're going to subtract 50 from it. But we don't know exactly how much money they have, so we're going to say that their current value of money minus 50. So let's say they had $75, so then in the script, this would change from that to 75, not 76, it would change to 75. And it would be 75 minus 50, which would then change to 25, and then they would have $25 left. But in this case, we can't do that because they could have a different amount of money. Right? Alright, so then you have that, and then of course, you know, being me and the guy I am, I want another message. So I'm going to say message.text equals message. I'm going to say thank you for purchasing this item. And I'm going to wait 3 seconds, and then I'm going to say message.text equals a space, right? So now we have that done. But let's say that they don't have enough money, okay? Let's say they have $45 like I do already. Then I'm going to say else if again, and I'm going to say player.leaderstats dot dollars with capital D dot value is less than 50. Then, so remember, so else if they don't have it, and then if their player.leaderstats is less than 50 and not greater than 50 or equal to it, then now really quickly we're going to create a variable called dollars needed, right? And we're going to say it's equal to 50 minus player.leaderstats dot dollars dot value. But you may be wondering, why is it 50 minus the value? Why is it not the value minus 50? And that is because of this statement, I automatically know that 50 is the greater number. And remember, the greater number goes first, then it's the next number. So 50 goes first, and then it's their value, right? So let's say that they had $45 like I do. This would change to $45, and then it would perform this arithmetic, and it would change to $5. But in this case, we can't say that because they could have less or more. Alright, so let me just go ahead and fix that there. Alright, so now we're going to say message.text equals message. You need, now do a space and do a closing quotation marks, say dot dot dollars needed dot dot, and then opening quotation mark, space, and then more dollar, opening parentheses, S, closing parentheses, and then, so that's basically saying you need blah 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 more dollars to purchase this item. And we're going to wait 3. I'm going to say message.text equals nothing. Alright, so you may be wondering, what is this doing? These two dots will automatically combine two string values. In this case, it's string values, right? So we have, let's say it is 45. 50 minus 45 is 5. So it will say message you need, and it will combine this string and put 5 here, and then pretend like it's actually in quotation marks. So instead of saying you need ... dollars needed ... more dollars, it will say you need $5 more to purchase this item. Alright? So it's combining two strings together to make one overall string. So that's it. If we go ahead and test this game after I set this back to its original, and because of my OCD, close every little thing here, make sure it's all closed. There. And then I play this game. So remember, we have $45. I'm going to click that to open it, and I don't have it, so it should say you need $5 more to purchase this item. You need $5 more to purchase this item. Now, let's go ahead and change my dollars to 75, like I was talking about earlier. Now it should say thank you for purchasing this item, and I should have $25 left. And now I actually have it, and I can use it. See, I'm using it. Now let's say I play the game again, and I rack up to 40 points, and I'm like, okay, I want another one. No matter what, I've already bought this item. It's like, oh, well, maybe it's just because I have 40 points and not 50. Okay, so you rack up back to 75, and you're like, okay, let me try it again. But it says I've already bought this item. So after you've bought the item, no matter what your amount of money is, you can't buy it again. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed filming this 90 times to get it perfect. It was a struggle. If this video helped you out at all, go ahead and leave a like. I super appreciate it. I've been getting a good like to dislike ratio on all my videos, and that definitely pleases me. So thank you guys so much. Also, don't forget to subscribe. 5 days, I've already gotten 14 subscribers, and that means a lot to me, guys. You guys are the best. Even though there's only 14 of you, you guys are honestly the best. So thank you so much for subscribing. Tell your friends about me. If you have any friends who are like legit playing Roblox and they want to learn to script, direct them to my channel. I can definitely help them out. Also, you probably want to direct them to Alvin Blocks and Peas Factory, because I can get out of hand sometimes. And also, just like Wano Rodriguez, I hope that's how you pronounce your name, left a comment in one of my videos telling me to make a shop GUI. I did. So if you want me to make something, leave it in the comments below. I check all my comments. And if you want me to see it, it's probably better if you leave it in this video instead of one of my last videos, because since this is the newer one, I'm going to be checking this one more often. Alright? Anyways guys, I really hope this helped you, and yeah, have a nice day guys, and I will see you guys later. Bye guys.